Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and I don't think I can actually say today's review, video, whatever you want to call it, is much in the way of miniature. It should be Obscurities and Massiveness, because this thing is freaking huge. I treated myself this holiday season, yes, I'm allowed to, every once in a while I do. I treated myself to the Motor Nuclear Lubu, which just came out, and I'm trying to pick it up. It literally has a handle on it. It's that big. You can't. I'm as zoomed out as I can go, and that's as far as this sucker can be on the screen. See, handle. He's got a handle built on. This box is absolutely massive. 18 and over only. Yeah, we're getting into dangerous territory here. And it's not because he's full of sexy goodness, unless you're really into robots with lots of pointy, jagged edges, because he absolutely does have those. Check that out. Oh, yeah. So, if I can pick up the box, which actually literally does weigh quite a few pounds, we can get a look at what's going on here. So you can see here, as I get my fingers out of the way, we have the DIECAST center core metal build frame in there. And underneath that, we have a bunch of awesome, or above all that, we have a massive, spiky, sweet-looking mech. If you've played enough Dynasty Warriors, or you know your Three Kingdoms history, you should know who Lubu is. And I can't remember his name in Japanese, so I apologize for that. Can I open this? Well, you'll notice that I haven't even opened it. The seal is still there. But let me do the honors and give it a good snip. L'chaim. It's a boy. And I have no idea how I'm supposed to open this. Okay. Let's see if I can get everybody motion sick by... You can see inside here, so we have all three, it looks like 3 trays. And they all have those seals as well. So I am going to get this out of the way, pop those, and let's start taking a look at what's inside. Damn, that's heavy. Alright, here is the top tray. You have the crazy, actually quite sharp and pokey energy blasts for the bow. A couple extra ones. I have no idea where any of this is going to go. We have his actual spear. So that is a plastic shaft to the spear. This is all plastic as well. I only mention that because I have had a couple of these figures that had actual metal handles for their weapons, but you can see I can't even fit the damn thing on the screen. It's so long. I'm going to set it down for the moment. Now, it does have these little grooves on it. I believe that's actually supposed to be where the hand is going to attach. We have the crazy backpack thruster claw array. I'm going to have to figure out how that all works, because I have absolutely no idea. I'm curious to see if... I thought these were all actual screws, but it looks like, nope, those are actually painted on. One thing to notice is all of these purple parts are actually clear effect pieces. And then these can actually open up as well. The paint job is quite impressive. I have no idea. So basically, I think all this can fold out as well, and then that's going to make the bow. So we can launch his super attacks. I believe this is the shot that goes on the tri-shot there. And then we have a couple other energy bits and tips. And I think this is the bottom blade right there that attaches. This thing is very lopsided. It looks like a magician's wand. Alright, let's get to the very meat and potatoes of this model. That is the actual figure. I better move this because it's going to be in the way. Oh, man. My workout for the day. Actually, it came off. I can stick this to the side. And then we can see what's in here. So, one of the cool things about these figures is the main bodies themselves are often encased in an extra layer of protection. Ooh, it did come with the cape. Yay! I had seen photos online of him with a cape, and I wasn't sure if that was actually going to be included or not. So that is quite cool. This is the skirt armor, and what's kind of cool is there's actually a joint on the inside, so these can flex and move around. Again, really nice paint apps on this. These are plastic. That might be the front, or the... Actually, I think that's the rear one. Okay. So, these are the side ones. So you can see there's actually joints for all of those, and again, it's like, what, 4 or 5 joints, all in just the skirt armor there. Pretty cool. The shoulder pads are quite impressive. Very flexible. Again, they are plastic for the most part. I don't feel any metal in here. Like I said, I've got others that have had metal in there. Obviously, they match. Now, I can feel in the arms there is a bit of weight to them. As I throw the box. So, a lot of these figures tend to have, you know, extra hands in various poses. This guy does not. So, what they did here is actually joint all of the fingers individually. And what's interesting, I want to say that this is actually a 1/72nd scale figure. So if you wanted to have him in like a Zoids hanger or something, you could totally do that and it would look cool. Sadly, surprisingly, they don't have any pilot figures. Now the box art actually does have pilot figures there, but none are included. I think that's a bit of a missed opportunity. Quite a lot of flexibility for the hands. Joints are nice and tight, not tight to the point where they shatter. I don't want to mess with them too much yet, you know. We'll loosen them up over time. Definitely metal can be felt in those hands. Set the cape to the side there. And I am, oh, it's all like super duper taped up for the actual body. Slice it all up here. At which point I probably should have paused it, but I don't care. You can listen to me play around with the knife and fighting to get him out of his plastic tomb. Oh, damn, they're heavy, man. Okay, so first thing that's first is, are these on joints? I believe so. I want to be very careful with those. Rise from the grave. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get all of your goodies on you, my friend. This is really cool. The skirt armor is super duper flexible. Joints can rotate. There is an awful lot of metal in his body there as we gaze upon the crotch. I can't even get him on the screen. Okay, let's see if I can get him to stay there for a moment. You can see here he is bigger than everything I have in the background as I let the camera go wobbling every direction possible. Come on, camera. Work with me here. I'm trying to get this tripod adjusted, and it's like, nope, we want to fall over. Almost there. Okay, we stable? I think so. Not that it's straight. Good enough for now. Okay, let's grab a 1/144th Gundam. It goes to his knee. So yeah, we're talking like perfect grade scale here, I think. Well, that's 1/60th, so I guess that's not the most apt. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I need his. You know what I'm gonna do? Give me a sec. I'm gonna put this stuff on him, and we will take a look. I will try to find a spot to put this camera where you can actually see what I'm showing you. Okay, I'm like, I've got it put together now. Some of the joints are still a little stiff. You can't see everything, and I apologize for that. I got to work on getting him supported better in his weight distribution. He's got an absolutely massive base. Sadly, this one isn't magnetized, and I got to double check where the stand actually attaches. I do appreciate the fact that these always seem to come with, at least like these big giant collector's ones, do come with a base. And I figured out that his feathery headdress is actually a wire with a bunch of the plastic pieces on top of it, so that everything is nicely supported. I have no idea where this is supposed to slot in. I know there's a spot behind his skirt armor. Interesting thing about the armor is it is totally adjustable. These are really flexible. The waist pieces actually can completely slide out. There's a hinge in there, so you can have them come completely off the body. They are very flexible, so if you want to come up with really dynamic poses, that is totally doable. I think we've got his weight. I mean, this thing is solid and big and heavy. I just am quite impressed with how things have turned out with this guy. Big fan of the topic and theme of the figure. I'm going to have to loosen up some of those joints. There's a little plug here on the hands that the weapon can attach to, and you can actually hold it quite decently. My poor little grandson, which is quite a big model, barely goes up to his waist. That is just nuts. Obviously, I'm going to have to spend some time fiddling around with this guy. An Imperial Knight. Barely up to Lubu's waist. And that is why Cao Cao told us, do not pursue Lubu, right? If you are brave, stupid, or a combination of both like me, I am going to put a link down to where I got it. I got it through Show Z. Everything came super, super nicely packaged. Considering the size, weight, and obvious quality and delicate nature of a figure like this, everything came nice and secure, so I cannot complain in that regard. I am obviously going to need to spend some time really fiddling around with it. This is my first complete unviewing of it, much like you guys. So I don't know what to expect. I know, like I said earlier, I'm definitely going to have to loosen up some of those joints in there. Haven't even attempted to figure out how to attach his bow claw thing as I wait for it to not fall over and smash and chip that beautiful paint job. So again, absolutely, and I mean, I'm not kidding, this is a massive, massive model figure, metal build. And as far as I can see, and as far as I can tell, this is completely their own thing, which I really, really dig. I think that we should see more original mechs like this. As much as I love Mazinga and the Dynamic Pro robots, it is super cool to see designers, engineers, companies taking chances, coming out with new stuff. And I mean, I will be the first to admit, this is a pricey figure, and I feel like for the types of connoisseurs of these types of figures, you definitely get what you pay for. The quality of the engineering is really, really there. Just in terms of everything, the quote-unquote play value. I know there's tons of stuff that you can do with it. I found the instructions, which aren't super effective, but they are there nonetheless. You can switch the angle of the hand. I guess that's where he's supposed to attach to. Do the bow. Oh, this is the English version. Not that it's super different, but yeah. I know there's a couple other factors and functions, and I got to figure out how to put that cape on him, but overall, a very, very impressive entry in the modern diecast robot pantheon. Shots have definitely been fired, Japan, and I hope you guys are taking notice, because I know they have been, because I've seen him available for pre-order, and some of the Japanese robot bloggers have definitely been talking about this guy. I never was able to afford these things when I was younger, when I was a poor college student, when I was first visiting Japan and stuff, and I loved the Chogokin line, and those prices now seem paltry in comparison to what's coming down the road these days. And I know some of like those third-party, fourth-party transformer options out there are even more expensive than this guy. But again, I really, really appreciate the unique design. Obviously, the classical influence on the armor. He's got like even the belt is a completely separate piece. It's not molded on. All the like eye motif, devilish demon of the battlefield look going on. Just the amount of posability, even though some of it is hindered by his joints, and yes, that is supposed to click there. There's like little ratcheted spots on the legs. It's just really, really impressing me. You know what would be cool is if these shoulder pads actually could remove the blades and have them like fight with them, but I don't think that's actually a thing. So yeah, I mean, even you can have the chest flex in and out. Very nice. Very, very nice. I'm going to fiddle with this some more, and hopefully I'm going to figure out how to get everything on there. And like I said, I'll put a link down below to Show Z if you guys want to check it out. I know that's at least where I got mine. You can get it through places in the States or in some of the European distribution channels. So do keep your eyes peeled if you're into this kind of thing. And I hope we see more of these from Motor Nuclear in the near future. I know they have Red Hare coming out for him. If you want to have an even bigger... I can't even imagine what that's going to look like. This guy's big enough, and for him to have his horse in diecast form on the table is just absolutely nuts. Here, well, I don't even think you can see. There's a 25mm guy under his feet there. That's just how crazy this is. I absolutely would love to see more designs like this on the tabletop, though. We really should be seeing cool, flashy robots like this, and unfortunately, we really don't see them that often. We have a very Western aesthetic when it comes to tabletop robots, unfortunately. If I have to do it myself, I mean, maybe I need to just go suck it up and learn Blender and start sculpting things like this myself. I don't know. Maybe somebody out there wants to help me, then we need to get in touch. Anyway, with that said, this has been Highlord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.